My friends, ChestnutMtnTinman here. It is Monday afternoon, right at 2 o'clock. Low to mid 50s, but the wind feels like it's 30. It's chilly. Bone chilling cold. Headed to the gym, thought I'd take a roundabout way. Hope you enjoyed my range day Saturday. Taking the 43X down there and zeroing it in. I left that part out, pardon me. But then shooting my Chestnut Mountain Church safety team qualification course, and then a few rounds afterwards, so you got to see some shooting. Man, that 43X with the stainless steel guide rod and the oh man, I just forgot the brand. Starts with an F. But anyways, the grips on it allow it to stick to my hand and have a little bit of more weight in the front with the TLR6 and the stainless steel guide rod. Man, that thing shot sweet. Really a nice platform. Much better, I believe, than the Glock 26 or 27. Just fits better in the hand. All in all, I really like it. It's a sweet, sweet little package that I'm going to enjoy carrying. And having the Holosun 407K instead of the 507K, I like it. It reminds me a lot of that Vortex Viper that I put on the gun on the Striker Industries plate that fits into your dovetail of your rear sight. Sort of it's not as tall, but it has the same look. Yeah, after church yesterday, Mark was looking at it, and he was like, "Is it really smaller than the 507?" And he pulled his out. He goes, "Oh, yes, it is." He goes, "Much, much smaller." Yeah, but it's real easy to pick up. It's not hard to see, and the 6-minute dot is nice. If I don't want it as big, I just kind of dimmed it a little, and it seems to become just a touch smaller. But I had no problem. I'm not sure that the 507 circle dot wouldn't be too much in that little field of view. I'd have to see one to know for sure. But just thinking about it, shooting it, it just seems as if it might be a little big in there. Whereas on the 507C, it doesn't fill up a whole picture. I think that's a... Hey, buddy. Horse been banded somewhere. I think that C is a 32-minute circle with a 2-minute dot. So it's possible that they could do like a 25-minute circle or something, and it would work in there. But I'm for $100, roughly $100 difference, $80 to $100. Yeah, this is great. I've gotten used to the dot without a circle really quick, and being red instead of green. And the cut on it was perfect. I mean, you couldn't get it any tighter fit without having to pound it in with a hammer, because it didn't just fall in. You had to push it a little bit to get it to the bottom, and it fit perfect. I mean, yeah, I mean, any tighter and you have to pound it in. So everything about it I just love. And then the shield arms magazines, one in the gun, one on my hip. I have 31 rounds, which is what I used to carry on my duty gun on my Glock Model 22 40 caliber. So I have 31 rounds using the 2 shield arm magazines. Like, holy gee willikers. Compared to the Glock magazines, you would have 21 rounds. So you have 10 whole rounds more with those magazines. I mean, that is my GoPro 4 shut off. I could have sworn I had them all ready to go. I could have sworn I'd changed all the batteries. Guess not. May just be the 7 that we have recording on. After I went in and changed its battery, but I hadn't changed it from the range, so I knew it would need it. Well, I thought I had. Yeah, I thought I had. Am I going to go down New Cut Road? I would have turned there. Am I going to go up to 124 and down? I think I'll just make a big square. Yeah, and I also have that the flat trigger in the gun too, which that along with the grips, light and stainless steel recoil plug. I mean, kapow! And that straight trigger came from, I'll have to put it above, right up here, because I can't remember the grips and I can't remember the trigger. It's right in there, but it won't come out. But all you buy, it's $39, is the trigger shoe. And then you take the trigger shoe off of your Glock trigger mechanism, which is what I did with Strikes that they recalled. So, and I was tickled with it. It shot, I mean, it felt great. So, and the little trigger job I did, I could tell a difference So may go back in and polish one more time because I missed the plunger. Didn't realize, I forgot that I really had it in the bag with all the slide parts, so I didn't polish it. So I may, when it needs a good cleaning, drop the parts and polish that and the rest of it one more time. But it feels good. I mean, you can definitely tell that that it's not the same, especially with that straight trigger. I've always loved a straight trigger. I competed. Remember when I had Tim at Shooters cut me a straight trigger out of an piece of aluminum, and Daryl installed it on the trigger bar. You could buy one for the 1911, but they didn't make one yet for the STI, so they just made me one, and I've been sold ever since. I mean, it just doesn't matter where your finger rests on a straight trigger. If you get high or if you get low, middle, compared on a standard curved trigger, if you get up too high, it doesn't pull the same, you know, because you're at the top of that curve. I really need to get a new barrel cut for that STI, or just a new barrel, so it'll shoot factory ammunition. Then I might sell it, or have it. I'd have to have the trigger heavied. How oftentimes do you have to say that? Have the trigger heavied instead of lightened? Because that competition pistol, my STI 40, has a 1.25 pound trigger. Yeah, that wasn't a missay. 1.25 pound. Got to be careful if you're shooting in a heavy wind. I mean, there is one thing for sure. When you touch the trigger, you better be deliberate. You better be on target, because it doesn't take much more than a touch to set it off. So people that rest their finger on the trigger would be in trouble. They'd have AD after AD. Definitely couldn't carry it like that, but in the competition world, it's fantastic. The less it takes to pull the trigger, the less you pull back on it, and the easier it is to shoot faster too. I miss those days. Competing was so fun. Thought about shooting some IDPA, but they shoot on Sundays. They start registering before I get out of church. I very easily could leave early on that Sunday. Take a couple of the guys that want to do it with me. Pets and sweets. Should stop in there sometime and see if they have puppies listed. I need me a puppy. Yeah, the one dog I had found on Pet Finders. It was a Chihuahua mix. Her name was Dot. She looked really, really good. I mean, just loved to look at her eyes, and she had some neat little ears with black in them and all that. So I contacted them, found out that their procedure is you come see her, then they bring her to your house, and then the panel votes on you. Only trouble is there was like 4 people looking at her. Music just stopped in my ears. And I got to thinking about it, and I talked with my wife and my children about it, if they felt like I felt that I would feel. Because I said, I fell in love with that dog, which would be real easy to do on first meet. I mean, I could tell I would like her just the way she looked on her ears and her eyeballs. I mean, I could tell that I really would probably like her. And I told them that I couldn't get invested like that and then be told she's gone to another family. I even suggested to them that I know they have to vet the families, but maybe they should do it one at a time. If a family's eliminated, they can go to the next one instead of putting people at heartbreak. I don't know what my headset is doing. Okay, so it must be the river having problems. They must have went down for a minute, because I can hear static off 94.9 that I can't reach. Boy, it is a just an overcasty looking day. I don't think we have any rain in the future, but it could be. The way it looks now, it could. That would not be pleasant. I'd rather not that happen. Especially when I looked, I didn't really see any big chance of rain. Ah, the wind. That little gust just moved me around. I've got just jeans and my insulated leather chaps on, and then long sleeve Harley t-shirt and my 4-season jacket. Being in the 50s, I didn't put a hoodie or anything under it, and I'm not cold, but that wind, I have it in the saddlebag, which is good, because if it drops much more, we would want to put it on. Okay, so now she says it's 47, so it's dropped since I left the house. When I checked it, it was like 52 or 53. It's supposed to be down in the 30s tonight. I think if I looked right, it'll be 40 when I go see my diabetes nurse in the morning. Missed it last week. Things just didn't work out, but it was much colder this time last week. I mean, we dropped down in the 20s. Won't be quite that cold. Yeah, I guess the river must have lost their antenna or something, because it's just clicking. All right, my friends, I am going to leave you at this point. Mr. GoPro died, so I don't know how long we've been talking, but I figure I've been with you for a better part of 20 minutes. So it's time to say goodbye as we're getting close to the gym. So y'all know what to do. Do what I post at the beginning of this, that full page instructions. And I'm just gonna thank you for coming along and say I'll see you Wednesday. Be good, ride them when you can, and be safe in all that you do. Tin Man, we're out.